My name's Karen Holton, and I'm here to present today's is the introduction to my 9 steps to quantum health transformation. And I'm hoping that you've seen my slideshow already on YouTube, and I put it on Facebook, which shows sort of a pictorial overview of my weight issues over the years. I've lost 178 pounds to date, and what I want you to do, if you are not significantly overweight and you're watching this, I want you to find a friend who weighs around 150 to 200 pounds and give him a piggyback ride. Give him a piggyback ride around your house, or give him a piggyback ride out around the yard. Doesn't matter where you do it. Try to keep them on your back for as long as you can, and then you'll get a bit of an idea of what it's like to be morbidly obese. It's terrible. And the weight is only the tip of the iceberg. The suffering that goes with carrying that much weight is unbelievable. And we still need to participate in society, take good care of our children, look sexy for our partners, keep the toilet bowls springtime fresh, etc., etc. It's a pretty tough job. And nobody wants to be big and huge. Nobody, trust me. It's not fun. A lot of us develop a sense of humor because people tend to not take us so seriously anyway. But I want you to know that there's a way that you can change the size of your body or any other aspect of your life, and it's really not that hard. It was a bit difficult or challenging for me because my health was so bad. I ended up going down the poverty spiral, and I didn't have the funds to go out and seek out the experts that I felt could have helped me. But guess what happened? I ended up finding an internal source that could help me. And it probably helped me better than if I paid all the money in the world and gone someplace else. And I'm encouraging you to find your inner resources as well. So here I've got a little chart set up for you with an overview of what the workshops are going to involve. Actually, it's one workshop, but it's going to be presented in 9 separate pieces because the issues are fairly large. So we'll start with the bottom, because I like to start from the bottom up. And I've colored them sort of loosely to link into the color chakras and help bring you into a more complex understanding of how things work. So we're going to start with number 9, black, and I'm going to talk about the introduction to Nubby Ball. Nubby Ball is an awesome little tool that was given to me, and it helped me to understand social things. It helped me to understand the social, political, economic construct that we live in. It helped me to understand and sort out my own thoughts. And it helped me to develop a type of thinking that was more analytical, more comprehensive, and it seemed to flush out the 3D reality, even pushing it into the 4th and 5th. So I'm really excited to bring this to you. And along with that, we'll do some light and dark integration. A lot of people want to be good, they want to be in the light, they want to be the truth seeker, the star seed, the amazing person to help change the world. Well, yeah, you can do that, but you can't scurry away and hide from our dark side. We have both light and dark sides to us, and they're meant to be integrated, and they're meant to be presented in a way within ourselves that help us to have deeper understanding so that we can do more, achieve more, and have less suffering in our lives. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be our next workshop. So then after that, we'll be going into what I call number 8, red, and it's primarily about grounding, different simple ways of us getting really grounded, not just to the earth, but within the whole universal concept of who we are and what we're doing here. Then I'm also going to talk about the birth of new core belief systems, because it's our core belief systems that either hold us back or catapult us into the great future of the amazing life that we were meant to have. And so this is something really, really important and very basic. So that's why we're starting from the bottom up, because it makes everything else easier up here. Then we're going to talk about, in the session after that, part 7, orange, developing new core belief systems, and male-female integration within, with trans issues discussed. So we've already started analyzing our core belief systems. Next, we're going to start developing new core belief systems to really help us get going where we want to go. Along with that, similar to the light-dark integration, I'm going to talk about male-female integration, because just like we have a light and a dark side, we also have a male and a female side. And by recognizing that and integrating that, we become a much stronger person, and we're able to achieve so much more. Trans issues. A lot of people know someone who's gay. Gay is not strange to our way of thinking anymore. But trans people, transgender people, that's something that a lot of people still have trouble getting their head around. And why would someone want to be trans? Why would someone want to shift their sexual designation from birth? Why would someone want to live between worlds? Again, I'm going to discuss that in part 7. Then in part 6, which we call yellow, I call yellow, is about detoxifying ourselves and the power of emotion. Emotion is something not to run and hide from. Emotion is something for us to express, and it's a great teacher, and it helps us to know what our soul wants. It tells the body, and the body reacts, and then we have the message of them for the mind to then take a look at that and adjust, where we're going with our lives. Detoxification fits in really nicely with that, and I'm going to talk about detoxifying our external physical selves, our internal physical selves, and also detoxifying, I would say, our minds, or the way that we think and the world that we live in, so that we can be more integrated and stronger, healthier people. Next is part 5, which I call green. And here we're going to talk about food as medicine and food as another source of universal love energy. People think of food as being, oh, I have a hunger, I need to eat now, and they just grab whatever looks good to the eyes and they eat. But I'm telling you, there's so much power in real food. I hope to open up your eyes, if they haven't already been opened, about the power of food. I believe most people who are sick and overweight aren't eating enough. All those starvation diets, there's a bit in my slideshow where I ran at least 2 miles a day and only ate 1 can of green beans a day, because I tried everything else and I couldn't seem to lose weight. Then I lost weight, but I ended up with bigger problems after that as a result. So yeah, food, really important. So then the next session will be number 4, blue, and we'll be understanding the power of heuristics and speaking our truth. Now, heuristics is very interesting science. It's about how words, no matter what language we speak, when we form words, we're actually exerting a type of power that is affecting what's going on in our lives and what's going on in the world around us. And when we start to recognize how we personally are using heuristics in our own lives, we then can change some of that ourselves, and we start to speak our truth. And when you speak your truth, your whole world changes. So the next workshop after that is number 3, indigo, understanding and using perception within the construct and manifesting change. Seeing is believing. When I refer to the construct, I am referring to the social, political, economic construct that we are taught is reality. And it actually isn't reality at all. In fact, it has almost nothing to do with reality. It's a form of social control that we've been brought up with, because some people feel that without it we would have chaos and anarchy. And chaos and anarchy, by the way, are not the same thing. But we'll get into more of that later on. Also, I have a term called seeing is believing. People often say, well, when I see that, then I'll believe it. I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want it in hard copy, and then I might believe it. But actually, I think it's the opposite way around. When we see something in here, and we believe that that's possible, boom, it happens. It's amazing. Then the next one is number 2, Violet, integration with our higher selves. That spooks a few people out, but trust me, there's nothing to fear but fear itself when it comes to integrating with our higher selves. Because our higher selves are there to nurture us, love us, teach us, and help us to get more out of our lives and go in the direction we want to go in and be what we truly want to be. Then the final session is number 1, White. I know it's written in black, but you wouldn't be able to see it if it was in white, so it's in black. But anyway, it's white. Pretend it's white. And the state of bliss and spiritual exercises. So what is a state of bliss? How can we achieve a state of bliss? And I'm going to give you some really simple exercises to help you achieve a state of bliss. And I think you're going to like it a lot. So this is the 9 parts that I'm going to be offering in the upcoming weeks for free on YouTube and also on Facebook. And yeah, stick with it. I think you'll find it pretty interesting. There are other people out there, experts, that are presenting sort of this information done differently, and that's okay because we all have our own take on it. So perhaps somebody who didn't quite get what they needed from someone else might get it from me, or if you can't get it from me, at least it'll open up your awareness so that you can get it from someone who can give you the assistance that you want. So I'm going to flip over here because I want you to, this is where you can find my slideshow presentation that's already on YouTube, okay? It's called My Story and Lead Into the 9 Steps. Now, I'm not a computer whiz, so when I typed this in, I didn't find what I was looking for. But if you type this in, you will find what I'm hoping you will watch. And this is a slideshow with pictures of me throughout my weight history. I've lost over 100 pounds 3 times in my life. Once was from over-exercising and starvation. Once was from having some radical surgery. And by the way, neither one of those worked at all, as you'll see, because after the radical surgery within 2 years, I had gained so much weight I didn't even want to weigh myself, but I may have even been more than 320 pounds. I don't know, but you'll see by my pictures I was pretty heavy. And that went on for 15 years until I had my spiritual awakening. But really, have a look at it. I think you'll find it quite interesting. I think it is anyway. I also have some other sources of information on here. If you haven't already seen Zeitgeist Addendum, these are all movies except for Spirit Science, which is movies and also smaller chunks for you to watch. But Zeitgeist Addendum, Thrive, and Paradigm Shift. If you take a look at these, you will find they all sort of touch on the same points. And then of course Spirit Science. Gotta watch Spirit Science if you want to understand what's going on in the world. You see, up until this point, we've been sort of held back in education for the last 100 years. Quantum physics was pretty much understood by, I believe, the 1930s. And still in school and everywhere else they're teaching Newtonian physics. Well, Newtonian physics don't apply anymore, quite simply. Quantum physics it's not just a buzzword or cool or in. It actually is a way of looking at reality, making sense of reality, and then you can plot your course and you can get where you want to go a heck of a lot faster. So I know you really want to get on to the workshops and the meat and the potatoes, and this is just the introduction. But I have one more thing to show you here, and this is how to contact me. So you can email me at quantumhealthnow@gmail.com. I'm not sure if you need the capitals or not, but just try it, you'll find me. Or you can use regular snail mail. My name is Karen Holton. This is my P.O. Box 20016, RPO, which stands for Royal Post Office, Downtown, Courtney, BC, postal code V9, N as in Norman, Victor 9, N as in Norman, O as in Oscar, oops, that's a 0, sorry, 0, A as in Apple, 7. feel free to write to me or email me if you'd like more information. And I also work as a lifestyle coach. So if you're interested in having me do some coaching sessions with you, I'd love to. Absolutely love to. Also, just starting out, and donations would be most appreciated. So if you have any donations that you would like to send to me, a money order would be very awesome to Karen Holton. But even if you don't send me the money, I'm still going to present you with the 9 steps to quantum health transformation, and I'd like to know what you think about it. So drop me a line, let me know. Watch my YouTubes, and hopefully like what I'm doing so that I can keep doing it. Okay, thank you.